Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Saturday, it's the 23rd of November. You are watching The Real Wheel. My name's Adam. I'm going to be spinning for you, as always, for the next 90 minutes. And without any further ado, let's get our first 2-minute game underway. And place your bets, please. The table is open. Bit of a change of look here at The Real Wheel. So, as you can notice, we've got bigger graphics once more, just for the time being. However, I'm sure that we'll go back to the smaller graphics a little bit later on. So you are watching The Real Wheel. My name's Adam. I'm going to be spinning for you for the next 90 minutes. Now, on your screen, you can see this wheel here. This is a live European roulette wheel, and we're going to be spinning this between every 2 to 3 minutes for the next 90 minutes. Now, if I do this, you can see two different shots of this wheel. You can see my hand going, hello. Let's do it around here. Same wheel, so two different shots of the same wheel, so you can see my hand actually spin. And here at The Real Wheel, we are all about the fun. Now, as you can see on the screen at the moment, we've got table limits of 1 to 250 per spin. These chips do not hold any monetary value whatsoever. They belong to me, and I just give them out by you sending a message in the chat. So send a message, I'll give you some chips, and then you can start playing along. Now here at The Real Wheel, we do have the even chances. They are the 6 boxes you can see on the bottom of that table. As you can see, we've got 1 to 18 there. That is all the numbers between 1 and 18. We'll have even, we'll have red numbers, of course, black numbers, odd, and 19 to 36 as well. You've got just 35 seconds left to get your chips down on this particular round. Over this 45-minute first segment, what I'll do is I'll take you through all the different things about us here at The Real Wheel. The ball, by the way, is in 0 because that's where we finished off yesterday evening at about 4:45 last night. We finished in the green 0. This session has been live since the 18th of November, so that was Monday, and we're starting a brand new session this Monday. Anyway, enough waffling, time to spin from the big green 0. And the first spin is in motion. Ball and wheel must travel in opposite directions to each other. Ball must travel round at least 3 times, and the ball must preferably stay inside the wheel. $13. And there we have confirmation of 13 on your screens. It's a black, odd, and low number, part of the TS section of the wheel. First column, middle dozen. And your new game has started. That's how we roll here at The Real Wheel. Another 2-minute betting round. Now, if you're wondering, how on earth do you get chips? Well, the first thing you need to do is send a message in the chat, and I'll fling some chips at you. And then, just by watching the stream, just by watching us here at The Real Wheel, you'll earn more chips. You earn 15 chips every 5 minutes, so that's, what, 3 chips a minute? I do beg your pardon, you earn 5 chips a minute. We've changed the rates, so 5 chips every minute here at The Real Wheel just for watching. And we have loads of giveaways, loads of promotions, so you can get more and more chips with us here at The Real Wheel. And having a look at that marquee, it's very, very small on my screen. Let's take a look. Seems to be predominantly odd heavy at the moment. That's what's standing out at me at the moment. Of course, 4 was the 19th spin ago, and 13 is our latest result. You can see 13 in the wheel there. So that number in the wheel will always correspond to that furthest left number on the marquee. So yeah, you get chips just for watching. There's no other place that does that, is there? No other place that you could just get chips to play along live just by watching. So even if you are losing, you will still be making some chips. Of course, don't try and gamble those chips to recoup your losses. However, we do give you the option to get more chips, and if you do run out, just send me a message and I'll give you some more. That's what we're like here at The Real Wheel, because we're playing for free. There's no money exchanging hands. There's no real point, is there, in being stingy with the chips. Anyway, we're getting close to time to spin again. These rounds, they do finish quite quickly, don't they? Time to spin from 13 black. $18 red. Let's get 18 confirmed, a red even low number this time. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel, third column, middle dozen. New game, place your bets. 2 minutes to win it here at the real wheel. And we're doing it all over again. 2 minute game, we are dropping to 1 minute after this spin though, so we're going to go a little bit turbo for the rest of this 45 minutes. 2 minute games just to get eased into it, and then in the next 45 minutes we'll do the same. We'll have a 3 minute game, then a couple of 2 minutes, and then a 1 minute round, just so that everyone can get back into the swing of things. Now I've got to be honest, it's a bit weird for me doing this. It's been a long time in the making, especially with this setup. I've been doing a single camera setup for a very long time now, for about 5 months in fact, so going back to the dual camera setup with all the big graphics, it's a little bit jarring. I'm not quite sure what to talk about at any one time, but on your screen what you can see is all the info that you'll need. Now in the next couple of spins I'm sure I'll go through them. Got the left hand side and the right hand side of the screen, but I think it's almost time to spin. We've got another minute yet. So what was I going to talk about? This is what I was going to talk about. Subscribing. If you subscribe here at The Real Wheel, you get a bonus 2,000 chips. And if you are one of our long viewing watchers, so that is anyone who's watched for 5 hours or more, doesn't have to be all in one session, but 5 hours or more in total, you become what's known as a loyal viewer. And then you double your chip earning rate, so that gives you 10 chips a minute instead of just 5 chips a minute. So that is 600 chips an hour just for watching here at The Real Wheel. So there are plenty of different ways to earn chips. There are giveaways, and I'll tell you about those in coming spins. I really do like the giveaways we're doing this month. Time to spin from, you guessed it, number 18. $16 red. 16 red, even and low, part of the TS section of the wheel, in the middle dozen once more, and this time in the first column. Confirmation of 16 was on your screens, and let's start a brand new game. Minute to win it, place your bets please. So we're down to minute rounds, going a little bit turbo. Now here at the real wheel we have lots of different things on screen, I'm not going to lie. We've got far too much really for you to take in all at once. So let's start off with the left hand side of the screen. You can see the box here with the hand cam. You can see my hand try and awkwardly go around with a pen in it for some reason. That is the hand cam. That's also where we'll show you all the different promotions that we have here at the real wheel. So if I do that, you can see we've got promotion cycling there. So you can see double up, we've got Days of Christmas, which is actually starting earlier. It was due to start on 1st of December, but we're starting it now. Lapotage, reclaim all your losing bets when zero spun. I really like that one, but it is time to spin, and we're spinning from 16 red. Big wheeling shot for the spin. Result 20 black. 20, it's black, it's even, it's high in the middle column, middle dozen, part of the Orphaland section of the wheel. Quite a big run of middle dozen numbers going on at the moment. And it's time for a new game. Place your bets please, minute to win it. So this is how we roll here at the real wheel, minute to win it. For the next 30 minutes or so. Going to take a little break when we've been on air for 45 minutes, and then we're going to do it all over again. So we're live until 2 PM today here at the real wheel. Now on the left hand side of the screen, first thing you can see is the promotions box. This just cycles through all the different promotions that we have here at the real wheel. So at the moment it's showing you double up, where you start with 2,000 chips instead of 1,000. We've got Lapotage, where you reclaim all your losing bets when zero spun, and we'll go through all of those as we progress through this first 45 minutes together. Some of my favourites do include the daily date bonus, double payouts. I love it. Anyway, you've got just 17 seconds left, so if you haven't got your chips down, I'll be telling you how to do that in the next spin. But it's time to go back to the big wheel and time to spin from number 20. And no more bets, thank you, the table has closed. $25 is the latest result. 25, it's red, it's odd, it's high. In the third dozen this time, first column, and part of the Wazan section of the wheel. Red 25. New game, place your bets, minute to win it. Now here at the Real Wheel, I do want to take a moment to talk about responsible gambling. Set yourself a limit, stick to it, don't try and bet your losses. Treat these chips as real money, whether it's pounds, pence, euros, cents, or even krona. Whatever it is, just treat it as real money. Pretend you're in a real casino and these are real chips you're playing with. If you find yourself getting out of hand with your gambling, do let me know and I will exclude you from the betting. You can still watch, obviously, but you can't still play. And that is just for your protection as well as my protection. I don't want to be responsible for you maybe having a massive win here at the Real Wheel. You win 1,500 chips, 10 games in a row, and then you try and replicate that in a high street casino and it just will not work. Every spin is random, every wheel's different, every spinner is different. So please do play responsibly. Anyway, time to spin from number 25. And no more bets, thank you, the table has closed. Result, 9 red. Red odd and low for number 9, part of the Autoland section of the wheel, third column, first dozen. It's red number 9. Confirmation of 9 has just disappeared, which means it's time for a brand new game. Place your bets, please. Minute to win it here at the Real Wheel. So we've spoken about responsible gaming. Now what about actually playing? What's the object of the exercise? You've got a roulette wheel here. It's got 37 different pockets and you've got to predict where you think the ball will fall. There are 37 different outcomes, green 0 all the way up to red 36, and you have 6 different options to place your bets. You can play your chips on the red numbers, for instance. They cover all the red numbers. You've got the black, you've got the odd, you've got the even, you've got the high numbers, and you've got the low numbers. They are all the different ways that you can place your chips here at the Real Wheel. And every spin, 3 of those will be guaranteed, unless, of course, the big green 0 comes in. If the big green 0 comes in a high street casino and you've played on the evens chances, you lose the lot. However, here at the Real Wheel, we just give you your money back. That is until the end of March. Time to spin from number 9. And this wheel will never leave your screen, so for the next, how long? For the next 75 minutes, this wheel will always be on screen. And the result, red number 1. Low and odd for number 1. Part of the Autoland section of the wheel once more. First column, first dozen. It's red number 1. And confirmation of 1 is on your screens. New game, place your bets. Minute to win it here at the Real Wheel. So we've spoken about the object of the exercise, and just to go into a little bit more detail, those 6 boxes you can see on the bottom of that table, they are called the evens chances. Each of them cover 18 numbers. That's half of the wheel if 0 didn't exist, and all of them return at 1 to 1. So say for instance if you placed a chip on the red numbers there, you would get 1 chip back plus your stake, giving you 2 chips in total. So If you played 100 chips on the black numbers and a black number came in, you would get 200 chips back into your account here at the Real Wheel. So it's 1-to-1, exactly as what you would get in a high street casino. And they're the lowest odds actually in the game of roulette, but for simplicity's sake, that's all we play with here. Anyway, it is time to spin already from red number 1. Best of luck. Red number 12. 12, it's red. It's even, it's low. Third column, middle dozen, first dozen. Part of the voisin section of the wheel, red number 12. Confirmation of 12 is on your screens. New game, place your bets. So, 12 is actually an interesting number here at the Real Wheel, because we have a promotion that should have been started in December, but we're doing it a little bit early. 12 spins of Christmas. Now, if we get a repeater of 12, everybody in the chat wins 12 chips. If we get 3 12s in a row, everybody gets 12 chips, so 1,212 chips. And if by some miracle we get 4 12s in a row, how many is that? Is that 121,212 chips? So 4 in a row, very, very rare. 3 in a row, relatively common, unless you're me, in which case very, very rare as well. And 2 in a row, very common. So that's just a cheeky little bonus that we have for the 12 spins of Christmas, is what we're calling it. Cheesy name, I know. But can you believe it is already time to spin? I'm going to get the hand cam on for this one. And we're going to spin from number 12. Result, almost a repeater of 12, 35. 35, it's black, it's odd, it's a high number in the middle column in the third dozen, part of the voisin section of the wheel. And it is time for you to place your bets again. Table back open. Gotta be honest, the nerves have hit me today. Normally, I'm quite comfortable on air, but today, I've got a little bit camera shy. It sometimes happens, but I'm sure everything will be fine once we get back into the swing of things. Now, if you do want to place your bets, you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, you've got all the different ways to place your bets that are just cycling through. So if you want to play on the 1 to 18 numbers, for instance, you type !bet, followed by a space, and then followed by 4 for 1 to 18, followed by another space, and then the amount of chips you wish to place. Table limits are between 1 and 250 for each individual bet, so 750 in total, but only 250 at most on every single individual bet. Anyway, it is already time to spin from 35. Good luck. Always nice to do it twice, there's nothing sweeter than a repeater. Black 35 out for the second time in a row. Black odd and high, part of the voisin section of the wheel, of course. Middle column, third dozen. New game, place your bets, minute to win it here at the Real Wheel. Now, as you can probably tell, I'm not really a presenter, I'm a croupier. And so spinning the wheel is what I do. Presenting doesn't really come that naturally to me. However, there are important things that need to be said during the time on air, so somebody has to say it, so it might as well be the person spinning the wheel. So yeah, I'm a croupier. I've been spinning the wheel for the best part of a decade now. Not all in one big block, I hasten to add. I've had this wheel since September 2014, been spinning this pretty much daily ever since. So I like to think that the quality of spins is an awful lot better than the quality of presenting here at the real wheel. And then anyway, the wheel is the star of the show. I'm just the one doing the manual labour for it. And I have to say, I'm a little bit frustrated that we've got a repeater of 35 right next door to 12, because we could have had a Trebellina of 12 and given away all those chips. It's time to spin from 35. Where will we go next? We're in Alan's favourite number, Black 22. Black odd and high for 22. Black even and high, I beg your pardon, for 22. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Middle dozen, first column. New game, place your bets. Now, I keep alluding to these promos, don't I? So it makes sense for me to actually start talking about them. We'll start with the double up. This is the simplest of all promotions. It's for a limited time only, it's ending on the 31st of January, and if you send a message into the chat at any time between now and the 31st of January, I will give you 2,000 chips instead of 1,000 chips. It's as simple as that. So one bonus per player and a one-time only bonus for this. It's a limited time, it ends on the 31st of January, so 2,000 chips, even with our table limit of 250 chips, or 750 chips per game. Still a few games, isn't it? Anyway, that is the double up, and I'm going to get that off screen because it looks rather rude. So let's take that off the screen and go back to the big wheel for the spin. It's huge and it's rouge, the number 36. Red even and high, third column, third dozen, part of the TS section of the wheel, red 36, huge and rouge. New game, place your bets, minute to win it here at the real wheel. So we've spoken about the double up. Let us now talk about our prize draws. This one happens every Friday. On the final Friday show every week, we will give 5,000 chips to one lucky player. All you need to do is be in the chat when we do the prize draw, and you will be in with a chance of winning 5,000 chips. Now, there's no limit to how many times you could win this. So you could play on one Friday, win it, and then play the next Friday and win again. So that is our 5,000 chip prize draw, with some lovely chip graphics there to just demonstrate nowhere near 5,000 chips. And it's already time to spin, so let us get rid of the grand prize draw and spin from 36. Results, Sabotage 17, black on low, in the middle column, middle dozen, part of the Orphaland section. And confirmation of 17 is still on your screens. Let's go back to those graphics and start a brand new minute to win it. Place your bets, please. Now, I keep talking about Lapotage, don't I? Lapotage is something that happens in a lot of casinos, but we're a little bit different here. In a lot of casinos, you just reclaim half your losing stake if the green zero's spun and you played on the even chances. Here at the Real Wheel, we give you all your bets back when zero's spun, so no matter how many chips you place down, if the ball lands in zero, and you can see there's one there on the marquee, conveniently actually following another 17, we will refund every single chip you placed. Now, this is ending on the 31st of March next year, so quite a long time. how many months would that be? 4 months or so of this. So take advantage while you can, because it's not going to be around forever. And this is just our way of saying thank you for playing, and we're sorry a green zero came in, essentially. Anyway, let us get rid of Lapotage, swap back to the small graphics, and it's time to spin. $26 black. Black even and low for 26, part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Middle column, third dozen. New game, place your bets. Another minute to win it here at the real wheel. So just a couple more promos to talk about, and this is my absolute favourite, the daily dates bonus. If we land on the day's date, so for today that will be 23, we double the payout. So say for instance you played at £10 chips, I beg your pardon, on the red numbers. 23 came in, instead of getting 20 chips back, you'd get 40 chips back. So we double the payout, not just the winnings, but double the stake as well. And if you lose, you don't lose double, it's just 4 winnings. Now there are a couple of caveats for this, it's only the first 2 results per session. So if we got a repeater of 23, any more 23s later on today would not count. However, it's winning payouts only is what I was going to say as well there. So winning payouts only, first 2 results of each session. But then on Monday, if we get a 25, we will do it all over again. 26 on the Tuesday, etc. Time to spin from 26. Result, 12 red. 12, it's red, it's even, it's low. Middle nothing. I keep calling it middle dozen, don't I? First dozen, third column. Pile of Voisin. New game, place your bets. So, I mentioned the days of Christmas, but let's have a little look at the Spins of Christmas promo again, because we've had another 12. So if we get a repeater of 12, everybody gets 12 chips. Doesn't matter if you've played or not. You've got to be in the game to play those. So if you're in the session, if you're in the live chat, you will get 12 chips if we do a repeater of 12. Now if we do a tripeater or a treblina of 12, you get 1,212 chips. And then a staggering 121,212 chips if the 12 comes in for a 4th time in a row. So that's just our little way of saying thank you. And because it's Christmas, we're going to do a lot of giveaways. Month and 2 days to Christmas, by the way. Really is hurtling towards us, isn't it? And it is time to spin from the Christmas number 12. We've done it again. 35. Black, odd and high. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Middle column, third dozen. Right next door to 12. New game, place your bets. So, 35. Not too fond of that number at the moment, I've got to be honest. 35, usurping number 12 twice in a row. Now, one of my best friends, Niall, his birthday's on the 12th of April, so he won't be too happy about that. Especially seeing as the promotion is all about his favourite number 12. Now, here at the Real Wheel, we've had this wheel, like I said before, since September 2014. And in that time, we have recorded over 17,000 spins. So it's not all on air, I've got to be honest with you. A lot of it has just been while I've been practicing, but every single spin that we've done has been recorded. And 17,000 spins is what we're up to at the moment. And I'll tell you about the hot overall and the cold overall numbers after this spin. But it is time to spin from 35. $31 black. 31, it's black. It's odd. It's a low number. No, it's not. It's a high number. Clearly. 31, black, odd and high. Awful land section of the wheel. Third dozen, first column. New game, place your bets. Now, I just need to think before I speak when confirming the results. I know what they are, and I confirm them correctly, but my brain just goes, say low. I have no idea why. Anyway, here at the Real Wheel, I can tell you the 5 hottest numbers overall since we began spinning all the way back in 2014 are 20, 11, 13, 29 and 32. Now, the 4 absolute hottest numbers are all black numbers, and the black is actually dominating over red today once again, so very black heavy wheel this one. And that is over the course of over 5 years now, and I can tell you actually 20 has a 50 spin lead over all the other numbers, so black 20, the hottest number. Obviously the wheel has no memory, but 20 is forming a little bit of a pattern. Don't take what I'm saying as how to place your chips, so don't play black, even and high every single game. I'm just letting you know that 20 is the hottest number. I'll tell you the coldest numbers after this spin. Big green 0. Not in any of the outside chances, columns or dozens, but it is in the voisin section of the wheel. Lapotage is in effect for the big green 0. New game, place your bets. So, like I mentioned, Lapotage is in effect. You see the big green 0s bookending the marquee there. Anytime we get a big green 0 here at the Real Wheel, we do not claim any of the chips. We do not take them, we do not do anything with them. Instead, we just give them back and say, have another go. The green 0 clearly was not a good result for anybody, so we just give the chips back. Now, this is happening until the end of March. 31st of March 2020 is when this promotion ends, and all bets need to be on the green 0. So it's only on games where the green 0 is spun, essentially. And I forgot what I was going to say, to be honest. My brain is not with me today, players. Hopefully it'll come with me for the second half of this broadcast. I'm trying to do it a little bit more rigid so I remember everything, and it's just not working for me. It is, however, time to spin from the big green 0. Excuse me. Number 3. A red, odd and low, part of the voisin section of the wheel. It's in the third column and the first dozen. Red number 3. New game, place your bets. So 3 is one of our 5 coldest numbers overall. Now this is from the beginning of time with this wheel. It's not one of our coldest numbers overall today. So 3 is our third coldest number. Our absolute coldest number is 25, followed by 28, then number 3, then 7, and then 19. Now all of those happen to be in the voisin section, and 4 of them are actually red numbers. So 4 of the hottest numbers were black numbers, and 4 of the coldest numbers are red numbers. Take from that what you will. So I can tell you that 25 It's the absolute coldest number, and there have been many, many times when we've been on air where we've been chasing 25. It actually came in quite early this time. And you can see actually a 25 on the marquee there as well. So at the moment, 25 is a little bit more popular than the average. Time to spin from number 3. Number 6. Black, even and low for number 6, part of the Orphan section of the wheel. Third column, first dozen. And Black 6 was your latest result. Now we're going to a 2-minute game now. Place your bets, and we are already 42 minutes. That's not right, is it? There we go, 2 minutes on the timer. Let's reset the game. Apologies for this. I don't think we want a full 42-minute game. There we go, take 2. What I was going to say is we're already 20 games in here at the Real Wheel today. We've got a completely fresh marquee, and it's at this time where we slow down for a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're going to have this 2-minute game, and then we're going to come back on air with 3-minute games after this. So we're going to have a 3-minute game. That's for you to maybe go to the toilet, make yourself a drink, do whatever you want really. But you're going to have a 3-minute betting round after this spin. So it's been a pleasure to be with you for the first little segment of today's show. Now we are live all the way through until 2 o'clock this afternoon. So you've still got another 53 minutes of roulette action here at the Real Wheel. And in the next half hour, or next 45 minutes, next 50 minutes even, what we'll do is we'll go through all the different stats that have been going on. We'll analyse the marquee and just see what has been going on with the wheel since we started on Monday. I can tell you we're 232 spins in, and we have 2 numbers on 10 spins. I'll keep you in suspense for those, because that'll be a little bit of a spoiler, but we'll be talking about obviously our hot numbers and our cold numbers in the next 45 minutes or so. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching and playing in this first 45-minute segment. I hope you've had a lot of fun. Hopefully the nerves will disappear for the second 45 minutes and I'll get back into a flow. It's one of those, when I'm just free to talk, I find it a lot easier, but because there are promos and stuff I've got to talk about, I need to sort of have that little bit of extra guidance to make sure I don't forget anything. It is, however, almost time to spin, so I'm going to wish you all the very best of luck. We're going to spin from number 6. Are we going to go up 3 again and go to 9? We'll find out together. It's time for the spin. And the result, number 21. 21, it's red, it's odd, and it is high. Part of the Voisin section of the wheel. Third column, middle dozen, it's red 21. It's time for the 3-minute game that I was alluding to. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have the promotions just scrolling on screen for you. And I shall see you all in about 2.5 minutes' time for the next spin. So, new game, place your bets. And it is almost time to spin. Good luck to you all from 21. And that result is number 31. 31 you can see on your screens, it's a black, odd and low number, part of the... I keep calling 31 low, don't I? Black, odd and high number, part of the Orphanland section of the wheel, third dozen, and part of the first column. $31 confirmed. And let's start your brand new game. 2 minutes on the time to get your chips down. Now here at the rear wheel we are completely live, if you can't tell by the car crash nature of my presenting today. We are completely live and we're going to be live for another 45 minutes or thereabouts, so you've got me until the top of the hour. Now here at the rear wheel, the wheel is the star of the show. You can see my hand go in and out. Hello, hello. And your job, if you wish to take it on, is to predict where the ball will fall. 37 different pockets on the wheel, ranging from the big green 0 all the way up to the huge and rouge number 36. The ball has to land in one of those. If we do a no spin, then we respin from the previous number and get a genuine result. Now this is a casino quality wheel. It's full size, 80 centimeters in diameter. That's about 36 inches in imperial measurements, and it is a big, heavy behemoth of a wheel. It weighs an absolute ton, and I've got to move this around every so often. I'll tell you what, it's not a fun job at all to move it. But yeah, I'll spin this wheel in roughly a minute's time, and then we'll see where the ball falls. And if you correctly predicted the outcome, you'll get some chips back. It's as simple as that. Now we are live 4 days a week. Normally Monday, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, and we've got a special bonus Saturday going on at the moment. Occasional bonus Saturdays. I think we've got another one next week as well, actually. I'll get a full schedule up on the website very, very soon. Anyway, in this 45 minutes, we'll do a little bit more analysis of what's been going on the wheel in the last in the last 5 days. Because we started on Monday and now it is Saturday. I'm sure I don't need to be a calendar for you. You know what day it is. Anyway, it's almost time to spin, so I'm going to wish you all the very best of luck. We're going to take the spin from 31 black. Number 3. Red, odd and low for number 3, part of the Voisin section of the wheel, third column, first dozen. It's time for a new game. 2 minutes to win it here at the rear wheel. Going to drop down to a minute to win it after this spin. Now here at the rear wheel we are all about giving you chips. If you want to get involved, all you need to do is send a message into the chat and we will give you 2,000 chips because of a bonus at the moment. Normally it's 1,000 chips, but we're doubling up for the time being. So 2,000 chips just for sending a message in the chat, and then you can start playing along. You've got 6 different options to play along here at the rear wheel. You've got the red numbers, the black numbers, the odd numbers, the even numbers, the 1s to 18s, and the 19s to 36s. Each one of those results you see on the marquee there corresponds to the last number the ball was in. And each of them, apart from the big green 0, will have 3 of those 6 options attached to them. So in the case of 3, it's a red number, it's an odd number, and it's one of those low numbers between 1 and 18. So low numbers 1 to 18, high numbers 19 to 36. And it's as simple as that. You can get along absolutely for free. You cannot buy chips from us here at the rear wheel. All those chips do belong to us. They are just fun chips. They hold no monetary value whatsoever. You cannot buy any more chips from us, say if you donate, because we don't have donations open, and we never will have the option to buy chips, because that would just make it a little bit irresponsible, wouldn't it? If you could get chips for money, then it takes away from the fun nature, and it's all about the fun here at the Real Wheel. We just want you to have fun, we want you to play responsibly, and hopefully go away at the end thinking, yeah, that was a really nice time. I liked playing with the Real Wheel, and hopefully that is what will happen. Anyway, we are coming actually to the end of the time here at the Real Wheel. There is some stuff that I need to sort out, so we're going to call this the final spin for now, and we'll be back later on today. Final result for now is 23.